Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. The Iowa Department of Agriculture has confirmed a positive case of the highly pathogenic avian influenza in Sioux County.
The Ag Department says a flock of commercial layer chickens tested positive. This is the 11th reported case in Iowa since the beginning of November and the 17th case this year. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds issued a disaster proclamation for the Sioux County case.
This will allow state resources to assist with tracking, containment, disposal, and disinfection. The CDC says that avian flu does not present any sort of public health concerns. Tonight, thousands of people will line 8 blocks of Phillips Avenue in downtown Sioux Falls for the Parade of Lights.
An estimated 53,000 people attended the 2022 Parade of Lights in Sioux Falls. To give you an idea of just how many people that is, the crowd size would make it the 3rd largest city in the state, behind Sioux Falls and Rapid City.
That large of a crowd would also fill the Denny Sanford Premier Center several times over. We spoke with downtown Sioux Falls President Joe Batchelor about getting that many people onto Phillips Avenue.
It's probably most crowded between 13th Street and 9th Street, and then Phillips Avenue opens up a little bit. And so if you're maybe claustrophobic, maybe stay on the north end of Phillips. But I was amazed last year just how filled in Phillips Avenue was north of 9th Street as well.
Digital reporter Ray Yost takes a look at how the parade crowd stacks up to Taylor Swift fans in a KELOLAND.com original on our website right now. Sioux Falls isn't the only city holding holiday events this weekend. In downtown Rapid City, Saturday will be packed with festivities.
The Black Hills figure skating will take over the rink at 2 p.m. There will be a tree lighting ceremony a few minutes before 5 p.m. And then the Festival of Lights parade starts at 6 p.m. in downtown Rapid City. More than 30,000 people are expected to watch the sparkling floats as they march through the streets.
KELOLAND News will also be lighting its holodeck tower tonight. Join us during KELOLAND News at 5 as Sports Director Grant Sweeter flips the switch. The lights on the KELO Tower were installed around 1960.
Chief Engineer Brian Baer estimates the 200-foot tower holds about 800 bulbs that help illuminate the sky each holiday season. I'm excited for the holiday lights and looking forward to a cool night, I suppose, tonight, Brian.
Yeah, chilly weather. We're not going to avoid that subject, but as we've come to expect, after Thanksgiving, we should turn colder. Today, your high temperature, 29 Sioux Falls, 28 degrees in Mitchell, so bundle up, and I would expect parade weather tonight to be in the middle to upper 20s to start things off, and obviously cloud cover will remain pretty thick out there today, including some snow on radar in the southwest. We'll talk more about that with Futurecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. SDSU alum Tucker Kraft contributed to the Packers' 29-22 win over the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Kraft scored his first career touchdown on a 1-yard pass from Jordan Love. The Timberlake, South Dakota native had 2 catches for 15 yards in the win and now has 7 receptions on the season. The former SDSU tight end was selected in the 3rd round of the 2023 NFL Draft by Green Bay. Turkey Day looked a little different for a few South Dakotans this year. 5 high school students were chosen to be part of the Spirit of America team in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
One of their coaches spoke with KELOLAND News about what this opportunity means for them.
And it's really good to have that representation from back home, especially from our communities. We're from like the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and we have smaller schools. It's really amazing to have that representation.
They spent the last week in New York preparing for the parade. They come home this morning. A Sioux Falls church has spent Thanksgiving Day serving others as they prepared all the traditional Thanksgiving Day food.
Thursday, Memorial Church served 700 people, with more than half being to-go meals that community members were able to pick up.
It just is such an encouraging thing to see that we can all work together to send out over 500 meals. And that to me is exciting, all working together.
More than 100 volunteers helped with the meal. This was the 39th year that Memorial Church has prepared and served Thanksgiving meals.
Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather update here as we go into the weekend. Well, high pressure right in the middle of our maps here, and that's keeping us cold, but it's also really pushing most of the snow to our south and west. We're dealing with some of that in the Rapid City area to the south. And obviously, we go into the start of the weekend, more snow in Nebraska. You can see that trend there as well into Kansas as we get into Saturday morning. There'll be a system coming out of Colorado, but as it takes that turn to the northeast, we're expecting what's eventually going to be a stronger cold front coming on the scene here by Sunday, and that effectively will end up protecting us here from any substantial snowfall. But you can see the snow returns definitely a little thicker there from Kansas City, possibly into southern Iowa as we get into Saturday night. Then that system will zip to the south, or to the east here rather, and northwest winds will get gusty on Sunday, 20 to 40, probably gusty even a little higher than that. So it's not going to feel very warm on Sunday afternoon, and we'll probably add a little bit of snow to the air. So we actually have that noted in our 7-day. 20% chance of snow tomorrow is kind of just the fringes of that southern route system, and maybe just enough to say, yeah, it could snow, festive flurries. That might be the best way to put it. And then the same kind of thing on Sunday. Other than that, next week, we're more inclined to bring the temperatures back up, possibly even a little bit above normal. 40s and maybe a couple 50s by the time we get to Tuesday in Rapid City. However, today we're not that warm. We're going to be in the upper 20s, below average, 27 our high temperature there in Phillip. Forecast lows tonight, 20 Mitchell, mostly cloudy, 17 Brookings. Tomorrow, southwesterly breeze, temperatures back to the low to middle 30s, and then the winds really crank up on Sunday. Temperatures not a lot different, but I think just the wind alone will make it feel colder. Monday, still in the mid 30s, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all those days 5 through 7, looking warmer. And, you know, sometimes we'll start off with these 40s, and then maybe we'll find a little more momentum behind those temperature trends, given the fact it's so dry. I think that is a possibility. Aberdeen also will jump back to the 40s by at least Tuesday and Wednesday. Not a very active 7-day. These little passing areas of snow chances on Sunday connected with that front and that wind, but it's not really generating a lot of moisture values here. So I would just put it in there, but at this point, I don't think these things are going to change the numbers a lot on the mathematics on our precipitation for the month. Rapid City, look at that, 50 by Tuesday. Check out more details at KENDALLAND.com.